Okay. Hello, Isabel. Thank you so much for being here and chatting with me today. We have been following each other for a while on Instagram, and now finally you participated in my program, The Rise of the Serpent. I've been following you and looking at your stories and posts about raw food, about juicing for a while, and I always found you super inspirational on this topic. And yes, I would love you to share with some more people now. How did you get there? What's your story? Yeah, just a little bit about you at first, maybe.
Yeah, so first of all, hello, and thank you so much for having me, Anna. It's really an honor. I appreciate it. So yes, I'm Isabel. I'm from Austria as well, and I'm a yoga meditation teacher, soon a Kundalini facilitator as well. Taking the program with Anna, and I studied nutritional science, and I'm also working in that field, vegan raw food nutrition. And I have been on my holistic health and spiritual path for like over a decade now. And even though I studied nutritional science, which was a good entry point, like for to the health field, but I always felt more drawn towards the alternative and natural way of health and healing. And yeah, then I transitioned to veganism in 2013 because during that time, like it became a little bit more popular and it caught my attention. And I read a couple of books and I tried it and never went back. So it's been over 11 years now, which is incredible. And yeah, so my body and my whole system resonated with the plant-based lifestyle. And then a couple of years later, in 2015, 16, I came more or got more into raw foods, or I came across like raw veganism, and I watched YouTubers like Fully Raw Christina and other what I eat in a day videos, people sharing their high carb, low fat like sort of lifestyle. And that also like resonated with me, that vibrant, these vibrant colors of all the fruits and the juices and the smoothies and everything. And I knew this will be my path, or is my path. And then I also read the 80-10-10 book from Dr. Doug Graham, and it all made total sense to me. So he's more into the natural hygiene lifestyle. So thinking of eating mainly fruits and leafy greens, and he like saying that we are frugivores, like the human species, and that we are our digestive tract, and all of our senses are made to for eating fruit mainly. And once again, it resonated with me, and I started to incorporate more fruits and smoothies. And I was kind of on this raw till four lifestyle that some may know from like Freely, the banana girl. So eating only raw foods and fruits throughout the day, and then having a cooked vegan dinner. And what the I didn't have like main health issues, but I was always struggling with digestive issues, and especially also when I incorporated more fiber and these whole plant-based foods. And yeah, so I was thinking about, is that, at some point does it end, or what is that about? And then I also went to naturopath in 1 or 2 years, and I went on these probiotics and supplements and all these protocols, and it didn't make really a lot of sense to me to take in all these supplements and all these products, and it did helped me initially, but it didn't last like very long. And then I came across fasting and juicing, and yeah, also these health experts like Dr. Morse and Lauren Lockman, and also medical medium, and also people who are juicing and advocating for that on YouTube. And then I really knew this is going to be, yeah, what I want to do as well. And then in 2021, I got my first juicer. It was a cheap one, like from Amazon, but it did its job initially. And on the day when my juicer arrived, I went in like immediately on a 10-day juice cleanse. But it was really, I didn't set myself any specific days or so. It was just like I was beginning, and it felt so amazing in my body. Like for the first time, my digestion was, or my bowels were emptying, and my digestion had a rest, and I felt so good. And then I knew, yeah, I will definitely stick to the juices. Um, and a couple months later, the juicer broke, and then I knew I want to get a really high quality one. And then I got my first Omega juicer, which is a slow cold press juicer. And then a few months later, I did a long-term juice cleanse. We are going to talk about this probably a bit later, like 44 days. While I was in Tenerife on the Canary Islands. And yeah, just juicing has become such a major part of my lifestyle, of my life in general. And it also helped me a lot to transition really into raw foods. Also, like I'm most of the time fully raw, and I'm feeling amazing. I don't want to miss it anymore. And yeah, that's why I'm so passionate about it and sharing it with other people.
Yeah, thank you. It really resonates with me in a lot of ways because also, I mean, I, I turned vegan about the same time, I guess. Um, but the lifestyle, yeah, maybe also since like 2021, 2020, something like that, I incorporated more and more raw foods. And when I got my juicer, there was such a shift in my health, in my well-being, and I had major health problems. Like I had endometriosis, I had some other things, but mostly endometriosis. When I got the juicer, I immediately went off coffee because my energy in the morning, my energy levels were just like, I was so vibrant after every juice. I didn't need to go, I tried to get off it, but at that time it went just naturally. Plus, all my health conditions started to disappear finally.
Mm.
For me, it was a big transition and a big up leveling in my whole well-being. How did you feel from?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And it's like, the normal for me is feeling amazing, getting up in the morning, having energy throughout the day, never being like tired, also never being sick or having symptoms or however you want to call it. And yeah, it's just like such a game changer. I would also say, and I just would love everyone to get a juicer today, like right now, and to really delve into that habit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I've never done one of these long juice cleanses though. I think my max was 3 days. I still am very attached to food. I would love to know how did you feel before and after the 44 days?
Yes. So for me, it was rather easy because of the digestive issues. And I always felt better when I was just juicing, just, liquids are flowing through and everything gets out. And so this was the point where why I think it was so easy for me. I haven't done any longer extended juice fasts afterwards anymore. But like overall, I felt really great and very intuitive, very spiritual also. So I was consuming a lot of spiritual content, listening to channelings like Abraham Hicks and Bashar and really like amazing topics. And yeah, I felt that intuitive calling already doing a long juice cleanse after the first one that I did in 2021, so the first 10 days that I mentioned. And um, yeah, I also wanted to do it at a place where it felt aligned for me, like not really in winter, at home, like in Austria or so. But yeah, I actually wanted to go to the tropics, like I always go to Thailand or Bali, but that was during the time of the pandemic, so I went to the Canary Islands. And yeah, before, I mean, as I mentioned, I didn't have like any major health issues, but of course, like still being at some point, sometimes having a cold or a little flu or the digestive issues and things like that, or headaches. But yeah, during the cleanse, I was drinking like 4 to 6 liters a day. That's also something which is very important to drink enough because you want to meet your caloric needs. So it's not a fast that you are depriving yourself from the calories, but you really have to drink a lot, and over time it might get more throughout the juice feast, depending on how active you are. But yeah, I also did 2 water fasts for 2 days, like for 2 weekends during that time. And this was like my first experience, and it was really hard. But yeah, but with the juices, it was rather easy for me. And as I said, I felt very spiritually connected, very light. I listened to also like raw food content, but also yeah, especially like spiritual content and channelings. And I felt really connected to my body, and as if like my body is telling me when and what to consume next, and also when it's time to stop, which is also, yeah, I got very in tune and intuitive with my body, which was very beautiful. And I also connected with like-minded people, like other people around the world on Instagram who are juicing as well. And also like my best friend, like my soul sister from Germany, she connected with me and she came and visited me in Tenerife back then, and it was a really, yeah, amazing time. And then at the end of the juice cleanse, when I knew, okay, it's time for me now to eat as well, then my body was really, I was craving the whole bandwidth of fruits and vegetables, like really super easy and healthy and simple ways of eating, like just monomeals of fruits and simple salads and all of that, but a broad variety. And I felt like my body was, yeah, consume or taking in all these nutrients. And of course, you get a lot also with the juices, but also like enjoying the process of eating again. And also eating foods that you normally don't juice, like avocados or bananas. And yeah, I also felt very connected to nature. So it was a good time to be in Tenerife, being a lot of outside, on the beach, and yeah, just alone as well. And yeah, and I was also like, I'm generally pretty sensitive, but yeah, this can also be, or while you juice, you can become a little bit more sensitive, even. So yeah, but I always looked that I had enough rest and yeah, and alone time, like me time, and that I stay connected to myself. And yeah, so
Yeah.
this is, and I think, yeah, just what you said, that it's hard to make that initial step. I think it's generally like with all of us and most people who go on such an extended juice cleanse, usually have health issues. You know that their level of suffering is so high that they don't have any other option or feel better when they stop eating. But yeah, otherwise, I totally understand you. And now I also enjoy eating so much that I wouldn't like consider going on an extended one again.
Yeah. For me, I feel it coming and calling. It's but my time will come soon, I'm sure. Because I really can feel the benefits as well. It's actually that you have a lot of energy then, right? It's like people must imagine, wow, it's a juice fast, so you're just laying around and because that's
Yeah.
what's the perception about it, like
Mm,
you will lose energy, but
yeah.
it's the opposite as I experienced
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, totally. So, yeah, that's also what I was thinking about, because then I also thought, I have to be at a place where I can fast, kind of. But I never felt like it was a fast because you get still all these, the hydration, especially also with so much, highly bioavailable water and then all the nutrients, you get everything. But just as I mentioned, it's important to drink enough, so you can really meet your caloric needs and don't have this low. And yeah, there's also like a lot of energy freed up because you don't digest so much, right?
Exactly. Yes. So this is what we mean when we talk about high vibrational food is like actually your energy. There's so much more vibrant energy in your body. And when we have more of this energy in our body, it's easier for us to connect spiritually because we're these dull moments that we're having when I remember back then when I was eating pizza, pasta, stuff like that, gluten and dairy, and I would always feel so heavy I'd have to lay down after food. It was normal for me to lay and nap after having lunch, and
Mm.
I just haven't had that in years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you said. It's normal for so many people, to have a nap after lunch and these heavy, feasts and all that, fatty and protein-rich food. Um, yeah, but just as you said, I have these exact same experience. And once you experience it yourself, and you feel it in your body, you don't want to go back anymore. So it's really just actually, I would say, the initial step to try it out. And you don't have to start with a juice cleanse, right away. It's just like try out starting with a juice in the morning. So
Yes,
that's also what I always do and recommend is like starting with the most liquid and most easily digest foods like in the morning, just juices and fruits, and then you can go on with more complex foods.
exactly.
Yeah,
But I'm
because it's also aligned with the natural rhythm of the body. In the morning, like the detoxification elimination phase, and then later on can have more dense foods.
Absolutely. That's also socially easier because usually we have our breakfast alone, but then for lunch, maybe if you're working in a company, whatever, and you'd go for lunch with coworkers, or you're having dinners out or dinners with your family, it would not be so easy sometimes, especially in the beginning. But I feel the breakfast is very doable.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. And I think like everyone can benefit from it. No matter even if you eat, like very heavy stuff and animal products and everything on the rest of your day, but if you start with having just fruits, juicy fruits for breakfast, you will feel the difference.
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
Absolutely. So much is being cleansed out of it. We are carrying up to 7 kgs of waste in our intestines, in our colon,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Up to 7 kg, you gotta imagine. And we are helping with starting the day like that. We're helping to eliminate that bit by bit.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's also one of the main reasons why people do juice cleanses to eliminate this mucoid plaque, which is called, in the health field, which is like kind of this biofilm of old waste material rotting in your gut and mucus, and then also parasites and stuff like these microorganisms that we don't want to have in our system, and that also keeps like the nutrients from absorbing through the intestinal tracts. And that's like everyone experiences that basically, like when you do an extended juice cleanse or a water fast also and drink enough water, that there's this old hard material coming out, what we are all not aware of, even though people when they have like daily bowel movements and think, oh, I'm empty and kind of that, but no, there is still a lot of shit inside you. If you are, if you were raised on a standard diet, whether it's like American or whatever, um, because there's so much of the food that we are actually not supposed to eat, which is like not high in water, not high in fiber, and that can't move through our digestive tract.
Yeah.
And
Let's go back to that for a second. Our natural food. So my opinion, personal opinion is because a lot of people love to say, oh no, we are born carnivores and so on. I do believe we're closest to the monkeys who eat fruits all day, chew on leaves. And yes, they have some insects here and there, but basically, if you look at our what is this called? Jaws or the whole
Yeah,
teeth.
the teeth anatomy, like in general.
Um,
Yeah.
they are actually the same as with monkeys. Like you'd have these cutting teeth here, then you'd have the hunting ones here, and then they are grinding teeth. And if you look at at monkey's teeth, they have the exact same one. So I also do believe that this would be our natural diet. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, and also like our long digestive tract is made for the combination of fiber and water, which makes total sense. And then also like I believe we're not carnivores because we don't have how do we call that in English? The cross or yeah, whatever what lions have. So we would and we are not attracted to, jumping on a pig and scrubbing their skin and then and also eating the meat with the organs and with the blood in its raw natural form. That would be kind of a carnivore. And we rather have these hands that we can pick fruits, and open them and eat them right away. And they stay in their no raw natural form. They taste amazing, sweet, and our body runs on glucose and sugar. And yeah, so there are a lot of actually physiological and anatomical signs that we are rather designed to eat fruits than other types of foods.
Yeah, we are attracted to these vibrant colors. We're like, wow, look at the dragon fruit. Look how it looks, or a mango, how it smells. And of course, we always, all kids, all babies have that sweet tooth, right? Because
Mm.
this would be our main energy source, the glucose we needed. Um,
Yeah, it's also in breast milk, like lactose, so that the sugar is already in there. And yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I love it. What do you think? How is it possible that this kind of knowledge or these kind of theories are not very well distributed these days? And yeah, why are these like there are even many accounts on YouTube and so on are being blocked for distributed this kind of knowledge. What do you think about that?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good question. I guess there are like several reasons, but one very obvious, I would say, is like the commercial interest because the mainstream food and pharma industry, they don't really benefit from healthy people. Like they rather financially benefit from sick people because they promote processed foods and also medical treatments and drugs and can make a lot of money out of that. But also, there is a big lack of knowledge or lack of education in our society. Because, I mean, of course, there are nutritional societies and nutritionists, but they promote these kind of traditional dietary guidelines and, all these traditional food pyramids. Um, and yeah, people are generally, I would say, also confused because we have evolved, our species has evolved for so many hundreds and thousands of years, and we've been eating different kinds of foods. In the past, it was in history, it was because of necessity, like when we moved out of the tropics and in colder climates, we needed, for example, food that is more longer sustainable or has a longer shelf life, like grains and so on, or even like people in Alaska or so, like they're eating fish or some things like that for survival. And now we are kind of, but now when we've transitioned into the industrial revolution with the food industry and everything, everything became, there are now so many convenient products, which is super unnatural. But now we think this is also okay and good. But of course, like many people agree that fruits and vegetables are like healthy and should be also a big part of the diet. But yeah, and also in medical schools, like the students do not really learn much about nutrition, let alone like holistic and natural healing. And so, yeah, most doctors prescribe pills and drugs, and it's also convenient for the patients. So convenience, I would say, is another big topic. Also, because you will get very highly processed food for a very cheap price, and it's available everywhere. So it's really right at your doorstep, basically. And people are taking what they get. And then when you start to consume these foods, they have a highly addictive character. So they are filled with oils, with salts, with sugars, with additives, and so on. And the taste bud have adjusted to this, and then we want more and more of that stuff, and don't even realize in which crisis we are in, like as a collective,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It's crazy how, because when kids or when we crave something sweet, it's actually our body craving for glucose, for fuel to work, to do its job, which is to keep us healthy and to heal whatever needs to heal all the time. And since many of us, and even I grew up with almost no fruit, to be honest. But I would always crave sweet products, which are processed sugar plus really bad seed oils, processed oils, etc. And we have to relearn to guide that sugar craving into the right direction.
Mm. Yes, yes, absolutely. And it makes so much sense once you relearned it or remembered it, that the food from the earth, like the natural food, um, yeah, is actually what we are supposed to eat. And yeah, what I also find is that once you start eating that way, you connect much more with nature as well, and with the earth, and then also with yourself and with your body. So I also think that we as a collective, we are very disconnected. This is like one of the biggest problems, disconnected from nature, from our bodies. Our bodies are just a piece of nature, and then also from our spiritual self and from our purpose. But this is also something that yeah, most of us are not aware of, because we are kept in that system. Kind of, we have to work, we have to earn money to for survival, actually, and yeah, have to have 40 hours a week or whatever. And then we are distracted from what's actually why we are here, and from the main questions that we may have, and yeah, so that's a big challenge, I think. But also on the other side, once you got out of that and made your way towards the more natural way of living, and also coming back to your body and to yourself, to your purpose, and all of that, it is such a beautiful journey. And it is so beautiful to me that more and more people are choosing that path. Of course, we are still a minority compared to the whole world, but it is still amazing. And yeah, that's also why I feel I'm here, also not only to guide myself back, but also to help others or remind others of this, yeah, coming back home to themselves and why they're here, to their purpose. Yeah, becoming more healthy and vibrant. And life is so much more enjoyable and beautiful, when you have all that energy and when you are aware of everything. Yeah.
Absolutely. I do remember what a big change it was in my own biofield, in my Kundalini energy. And whenever I do go more on raw foods again and cleanse my system and really have I can really feel all the energy channels opening up, being super connected, having constant channelings, downloads, and so on. So it's really people who go on this raw diet, I feel there is no chance around having a big Kundalini awakening as well. There is
Yeah.
as the prana rises, as the energy level rises, it does its job for the Kundalini energy.
Yes, yes, definitely. And it doesn't only work on a physical level because of course we are holistic beings. And yeah, so you start thinking differently at some point, you know, you start questioning things. So it works on a mental level as well, and also emotional, because your emotions are stored in the body. And when you eat those cleansing foods, you know, then it can also be sometimes more emotional. Um, and yeah, but you also go through that, and then you know when your system is more cleansed and more high vibrational, then you are also yeah are more, your third eye opens more, and you are so much more receptive to spiritual yeah, to the spiritual side of things. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, Isabel, then if people want to start, how can you help them? How can someone work with you?
Yes. So first of all, I would love to invite you to follow me on Instagram. So I have actually two accounts. The first account is my personal. We will put all the details into the description box, or you can get them from Anna, which is my name at Isabel Bernhauser, which is all about raw foods and juicing and the nutrition side of things. And then I have also a yoga somatics energy work account. Yeah, all the details are in the description. I'm currently working on an ebook that I will, yeah, publish soon, and I would love for you to get that. And what I would also invite you, for those who are now interested, to join me or to contact me on Instagram. You can just put in the word juicing, and I will send you a freebie about, yeah, just a PDF, a beautiful PDF with the main points about juicing. And if you are ready for your own juicing journey, then I can guide you through a 3-day juice cleanse. So we will have a 60-minute initial consultation together, and then I will guide you through the juice cleanse 3 days via WhatsApp support. And yeah, so I'm 24/7 then there for you. I would love to help you get into this beautiful habit. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing from you,
Amazing.
connecting. Yeah.
Love it. Thank you so much, Isabel.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure always to talk with you about these juicy topics.
Oh, I'm so passionate about it as well, and I just love to distribute this kind of knowledge as well because yeah, it really, really, really made a huge difference for me in my life, and I also think everyone should experience it at least for a little time and experiment on it and see what it gets them. So yeah. Thank you so much. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of the day, evening, whatever. And
Thank you so much again as well. And yeah, likewise. Bye bye.
bye.